Hello and welcome everybody once again to yet another group stage game for the Mineski Pro Gaming League season number 6 finals. They are at the Philippines. All the teams have been flown in there just to compete for the prize pool of, I have to say, I don't even know exactly what, but I think it's like $30,000 altogether, something along those lines at least. But here we are, G7 versus Execration in round number 5 out of 7 rounds. Theoretically, the last round should have ended like now. The last round should have ended right now, pretty much, according to the start of the schedule. But now, we are starting round 5 of 7. So, in any case, hopefully, those next rounds will not get delayed by just random pauses and just random issues. I don't know what could be causing them. But, looking at the first pick here, G7, they are the ones to go for any kind of hero that they choose. Death Prophet is one of the stronger ones still available in the pool. Tidehunter could be one as well. If not, you can go for like support picks, something like a Skyref Mage, Ogre Magi, something along those lines instead. It really depends on what really tickles your fancy, I guess. But Death Prophet will be the first pick. Not extremely surprising, just given the nature of the hero and how strong the hero actually is. Now though, Execration, do they go for the Tidehunter, Skyref Mage maybe, something like that? Or Tide... Ogre. Ogre is actually a hero that I have to say we've seen very little of in this tournament. So I would like to see it, I have to say. But we'll see if we're actually gonna get to see that hero as well. That's a whole different matter, of course. But Execration taking some time with the first picks. Sometimes you see just first picks happening in a flash, just teams are so ready for it. But at the moment, I guess with the Razor and Brewmaster plus the Faceless Void and Centaur banned out, it's a little bit harder to make your choice just because the obviously strong heroes are not in the pool anymore. So what do Execration have in store for us? They do start with the Tidehunter, so Yui gonna be able to play that. And after that, I have no clue what they're gonna go for. I mean, they have been playing the Skyref Mage rather often. So far, Execration, their track record is 2-1. With G7, I think they might be 2-1 as well. Or G7, yeah, I think it's 2-1 for them as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm almost positive about that. I'm gonna have to check it a little bit later. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. I was just checking up a thing. Well, in any case, Execration, what's their second pick going to be? Even with that, they're going into the reserve time. So just the normal time will or was not enough for their picking. As what can they be? I mean, Skyref, Ogre, Witch Doctor. You can go for a Viper for all I care. I don't know. Just pick up something. And it's going to be Skyref Mage in the end. G7 though, do they have a clear cut just idea about what they want to run? Do they want to run like minus armor? Do they pick up Vengeful Spirit now, for example? Definitely a good hero to have all in all, and well, that's exactly what they're going for as well. Didn't need all that long to just figure it out. Minus armor gonna speed up Roshan. You can take it earlier, you can take it faster. Not only that, minus armor with the Exorcism, also a really great tool to just kill off your enemies with. So now, what will the bans be though? Kind of expect maybe an Elder Titan to be banned by Execration, for example, just to make sure that G7 they cannot completely negate all of the armor that Execration might work so hard to get for. Maybe they're doing it, maybe they're not. But Elder Titan would be a good hero nonetheless for G7, to be honest, so it wouldn't be a bad ban. G7 though starting with a Sand King ban. Execration, they have ran a Skyref Sand King combination today once already, so they definitely could have gone for it once again as well. Skyref Mage, Sand King, one of the stronger combinations, but Batrider banned out by Execration now. And G7, do they take out something like an Earthshaker if they want to remove more supports? Witch Doctor still in the pool, although really hasn't made its appearance in this tournament yet either, at least not from the games I personally casted. And they've casted, I do believe, 5 games up until this point. But Earthshaker will be the ban, so no Earthshaker Skyref combination unfortunately either. Definitely would have wanted to see an Earthshaker just because how strong that hero can actually be. But not coming out, and Execration, they grabbed themselves such a hero, and thank God that they themselves picked it up. Otherwise, of course, they could have banned it. But had they left it open, I'm almost positive that G7 would have just jumped for joy for the chance of just going for your very own Jakiro together with a Death Prophet. We've seen it at least in 2 games now already. I think one of them even lost. But it wins pretty often just because the pushing power is so strong from you. It's so hard to stop it as well. Liquid Fire, just come in, throw it, and back the hell off. You don't even have to commit all that much for it. So it's definitely a good hero to have on your team, even for Execration. And Execration, they might even run it as a core. They definitely have still the just choice to figure out if they want to run it as a core or not. But it is a strong core, to say the least. And wow. I have no idea how one thing happened, but somehow it did. Oh, is there even a result for this? I don't even know, guys. What is going on at this point in time? The tickers are a mess. An epic mess. Okay, so... Okay, now it should be fine. I just found one little quirky thing. Don't worry, guys. I'm just in my own bubble, trying to set everything straight. Just casting, administrating stuff. All will be good. But Temper Assassin will be the pick for Execration. Definitely a strong hero to have. Ancient Temperation might be a little bit annoying, but Refraction against Ice Blast is excellent as well. Even though you do get the debuff anyway, at least being able to just shrug off the impact damage, for example, already is going to be strong enough. Unless G7, if they go for something like an Ember Spirit, they're going to have the little something to remove the refractions. They could even go for a Slark, to be honest. Slark is also a hero that has gotten banned out in the majority of the games, yet hasn't been picked up a single time so far for the games I've casted, I think. So wouldn't be a bad hero. Dark Pact is one excellent way to deal with the refraction charges. And just shrugging off more or less everything else that Execration might have to throw at the Slark as well. So wouldn't be a bad hero to go for as your safe laner, to be honest. G7 though, maybe they are a team that has played Meepo in the past as well. So they might be trying to go for one at this point. Or maybe not going for one, but at least considering it. But Clockwork will be the pick instead. So going for a completely different hero, but that will be the offlaner. It's going to be maybe a little bit scary just because you might get Mystic Flare on top of your own head when you go for the power cogs. That's definitely not something you would usually aim at or would want to have happen. But sometimes, every now and then, it does happen nonetheless. But now, what will the last bans be? Weaver banned out by Execration. G7, they did run that hero in the last game as well, and it actually would have been pretty good and a pretty crazy tri-lane. Aggressive one, Weaver, Vengeful, and the Ancient Apparition. Chilling Touch with a Weaver's Geminate attack is just guaranteed buttloads of damage. It's just that powerful. It completely wrecks people apart. So I completely understand why they would want to ban it out. It's definitely a worthy ban there. Ember Spirit though banned out by G7 themselves. So they definitely do not want to go for that mid lane Ember Spirit. They want to have the Death Prophet there. Guarantee that he actually gets the levels that the hero kind of requires. It's not like you cannot do anything without the levels. But usually you would want to have at least level 11, level 2 Exorcism to work with. Of course that also means that you have a few more points into Silence and have the Crypt Swarm, plus of course the Witchcraft maxed out at the same time. But Execration now, their own last pick about to come. They need themselves a safe laner as well. Slark wouldn't be too bad for themselves either, but they go for a Viper instead. So maybe, just maybe they're planning to go for an aggressive tri-lane of their own. Shakiro, Skyref, Viper definitely could go for one. But G7 now, what's their own pick going to be? Is it going to be a ranged core of sorts as well? Maybe something like a Medusa even in this game? Take it like really late into the game? Just melt it, it's strong, but Mana Shield might just be what's necessary for your core to survive. Stone Gaze, of course, excellent ability as well. It would synergize together with that Exorcism, because if you get petrified up, you take 100% additional physical damage. So it could have been it, but nope, they're going for a Spectre instead, and with this, if it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane from Execration, I think G7 kind of gimped themselves. They kind of shot their own leg, because if this is an aggressive tri-lane, as strong as Vengeful Spirit and Ancient Apparition may be, Spectre is not the greatest of tri-lane heroes. Plus, he will be a melee hero up against a triple range tri-lane. Of course, I'm just speculating at the moment, so it might not be that at all. Maybe they're running like... Maybe they're trying to dodge going for an aggressive tri-lane of their own. Maybe they're running like a clockwork tri-lane instead, just doing something crazy. But now, looks like everybody is kind of ready to pick up their heroes. So, fingers crossed, everybody, join us, join every viewer here. Just keep your fingers crossed for no freaking pauses, no more delays. Because this tournament will go on like at least at the minimum 3 hours more than usually intended. And we have a remake. Okay, remake after that. I did not see that because I do not check chat. But it's fine, it's fine. I'm back guys. Back in the lobby. All is well, all is good. Oh god. That was so close. That was so damn close. Almost missed it. But almost does not mean I missed it entirely. So hopefully we're gonna be able to just start it once again. Have all pick. All pick is there. Server location automatic, which is so-so. Casters are ready. Yes, we are ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just saying anything, something. I don't know. Guys, just go. Just let's get this game underway. Let's end the day. Just so we could have lots and crap tons of playoffs tomorrow. So gonna be a busy day tomorrow as well. Day after tomorrow gonna be maybe a little bit more relaxed in a sense that we only have to keep one stream running at a time, but other than that, lots of stuff still to happen, of course. Now though, looking at who's picking up what, never mind. I got completely distracted here. I was just checking out what else is going on in a Dota scene. But looks like nothing much. Only Dream League, guys. It's only Dream League. Nothing big. Mineski Pro Gaming League, way better. Southeast Asian teams, much better, much more entertaining than European teams most of the time. Last game was an exception. Last game was boring as all hell, I have to say. Just no kills, no action happening. Especially with a Batrider on the side. But now Execration, I think it should be a little bit more exciting. G7 though might be on the passive side of things. Maybe Clockwork is the one just trying to create the space. Hookshot in, Ice Blast to follow, given that Ancient Apparition is actually level 6 at the time. But looks like I think we may have remade this game for this game to get ticketed, because otherwise, Execration, they probably wouldn't be so nicely tagged up for us and everything. So if we remade for a ticket, it's perfectly fine. Kudos to them. So here we are, getting into the round 5 game, Execration versus G7. For Execration on the Radiant side, Chemo will be playing that Skyriff Mage with Fox on the Jakiro, Primo playing the Temper Assassin with Dog X on the Viper, and the last one will be Yui on the Tidehunter once again. As for G7, they're gonna have Kenji on the Clockwork, Karkvi, standing Karkvi, play the Spectre, Kalai on the Ancient Apparition with Linger on the Vengeful Spirit, and the last one will be Leo on the Death Prophet. So yeah, shift keys auto stack. Once again we are screwed. At least during this pause I also have colors on the effigies. So we have this Witch Doctor here, pretty nice, not too shabby. Although Witch Doctor is not like a flashy hero. Just look at this. Look at the axe. How awesome is this, guys? Although I actually like that effigy more without the colors. I'm not too sure if it was G7 themselves we saw them use it. I think it was somebody else. So the blade was a little bit different as well, a little bit more robust. But this guy, he's just playing the guitar, man. Playing the guitar. Maybe bass. Since there aren't any strings, I guess he has to be dumb enough to be a bass player. Like with all the bass player jokes going around and whatnot. But at least they have effigies. Other side, Spartan. Spartan is right. Plus, of course, Yui, man, he loves himself. He loves himself, this guy. And yeah, this was the axe. This was the axe. Execration. That axe looks way better, and he's not in the well, he's, I guess, in the dunking motion, but the start of the motion. Whereas the axe on G7 side was just at the end of the culling blade. Now, though, Execration, they are going for an aggressive tri lane. Can't say it's overly surprising, but they are trying to catch somebody off guard. Whereas G7, they were prepared for an invasion by Execration. They were all huddled up in this just little corner here in the dark, hoping for some poor soul to come in. But speaking of poor soul, Spectre, not the easiest target to go for unless they use the Ancient Seal, but uses the Spectral Dagger, picks up an Illusion Rune as well. So he's gonna survive. Concussive Shot, not gonna do too much. I think, like, with the Ancient Seal, maybe they would have had enough, although even then, it would have been probably pretty hard to get the kill. So he makes it out, but has to chew through some of his tangos already, and looks like G7, they are abandoning the Spectre to the top lane. They are rotating bottom, they are smoked up already, might even come back into the mid lane, and it shouldn't be too hard for them to find kills, to be honest with this. Tidehunter, he may be tanky, but level 1 Tidehunter isn't all that scary. Yui, though, he's playing it pretty safe for the time being. Of course, Kenji on the Clockwork can be pretty annoying with just a Cogs mana burn. As now the stun on to Yui comes out. He's probably going to go down. Chilling Touch, maybe a little bit too late, and he might be able to outrun them. He has boots, so does the Vengeful, but oh, did eating the Tango just make it so that Vengeful gets close enough? No, it does not. Close, but no cigar. One right click with the Chilling Touch. It might have been enough. I think it would have been just a little bit short anyway. Although he got some Tango regen in the meantime, so it would have been too close to call. But now, Primo has his bottle already on the Temper Assassin. Only 4 lasted, but was rushing the bottle completely. Just 2 Iron Branches bought by himself. 2 Share Tangos, just standard style. But now mid lane, he might be in some trouble. Linger together with Kalai. They want to come in. And can they catch anybody at all? Leo? Never mind, they're not going to go yet. Primo in the meantime, going to go towards the top rune. A little bit too early though. So maybe wants to hang around for a little bit, but gonna make sure just goes to the top lane. Fox gonna back off on the Jakiro at this point. But looking at Spectre, he has 0 last hits, as is kind of to be expected as well. He's level 2.5, so I guess it's not that horrible. Yui only level 1 on the Tidehunter at this point. So they're doing slightly better. Tidehunter only has that 1 last hit as well. Definitely wants to get the level just to get the point into Kraken Shell. Tango's already out for him, whereas Karkwi on the Spectre still has 5 left. Did start with double stack of those. Bottom lane now. There is the Patriarch Soul. Power Cogs as well. This is gonna be first blood. There's no mistaking this. Magic Missile gets the kill. Linger. Kind of a waste of mana, to be honest. Really should not have used it, but he has clarities. So I guess that's fine. Although 1 clarity might have gotten cancelled right about now. At least it felt like I saw that aura about him disappear. Still though, first blood taken by G7. Nicely done. And just that's the power of a Clockwork. Battery Assault is such an annoying ability, and Tidehunter, he was still only level 1 at the time, I do believe, so there wasn't a Kraken Shell for him to just even mitigate anything. But top lane, Spectre, he gets slowed down, the Arcane Bolts are flying, but I don't think they can follow up. No Ice Path on the Jakiro, but they get the additional slows, they might even get the kill. Liquid Fire comes out as well, and that is going to be the death of him. Tokix picks it up, has 1 point into everything. Nether Toxin, although it's only level 1, it definitely adds up the damage as the hero drops lower and lower. In the mid lane though, it is completely neck and neck. 12 and 4 compared to 11 and 6 on Leo. So Temper Assassin, of course, I think as he gets more levels, he might be pulling farther ahead. But then again, as Leo gets more levels, his Crypt Swarm gets stronger. He can spam it out fairly easily anyway. So it's kind of a so-so thing. So I guess mid lane will kind of be a wash for the majority of the time. It's just who is gonna start getting active first. Who's gonna help out this team just win another lane, for example. Death Prophet is definitely a hero that kind of wants to stay in the mid lane, farm up as much as he can, and when the enemy mid laner leaves the lane, that's when you just pop Exorcism and go for the tier 1. Now the Spectral Dagger comes out, doesn't really connect on the creeps at all. Liquid Fire used on the tower as well, already down to half HP, and that is always one thing you can do with Jakiro. Unfortunately, he's only level 2, so doesn't have the level 2 Liquid Fire. But it's still strong enough, as you can witness. I mean, 4 minutes in, the tower is already down to quarter of an HP. Another Liquid Fire will be there straight after the Glyph. Fox holding on to it at this point in time. Smart choice as well. There's the Liquid Fire. wants to get maximum value out of it, and Karkwi, all he can do is just sit in the trees and get some XP, although that's not a bad thing to have. I mean, Yui is slightly higher leveled now, but he gave away first blood as well. Both of them have died though, so I guess it's not that big of a difference in the end. But Yui feeling maybe a little bit too safe even at this point. Karkwi gonna get spotted out by Fox. Fox still can't do much of anything, just level 1 liquid fire. A little bit annoying, but it's not all that strong. As now Primo, he's gonna try to Psyblade Leo as much as he can. Even Fox is coming in. So what are they gonna do? Like, looks like no just massive ganks are coming out. Yes, Dokix, he's going for the mech. Or what? He almost already has it, just needs a chainmail to finish up the buckler. Then he's gonna have a mech as well. That's some pretty freaking crazy timing, I have to say. That is not bad at all. Of course, did he get the tower? Did he get the last hit for it as well? No, he did not. It was destroyed by the creeps. So maybe not the greatest of farms for the Viper, but he also got the kill onto the Spectre. Not the first blood, but the kill nonetheless. And last hit wise, he's 42 and 4 compared to, I guess, the counterpart, which should be the Clockwork with 26 and 12. But top lane, they don't see the Spectre. They're gonna run into Collider. There's the slow. Liquid Fire as well. Ice Path will follow, and Danger Depression should be an easy kill. A few more right clicks. He's gonna go down. Karkwi even got silenced up just so he couldn't help out with his Spectral Dagger slow. But now Spectral Dagger will get dodged completely. Kenji came in, has the hookshot. Oh god, Fox, you do not want to be there. Jakiro, you're screwed. Literally, worst hero to go up against. But there's Primo coming in. Power Fox to push them back. He's still on the high ground. He doesn't move at all at the moment. Now he's gonna go in with the haste rune. He might even get the kill on Kenji like this. Better result, a little bit annoying, but oh no, he doesn't get the hookshot onto Kalai. He did not stop moving in time. So suddenly, even Clockwork dies. I thought with the Clockwork rotating in, this might go a hell of a lot different, but in the end, not too big of a difference. Now Primo is already back in the mid lane. Exorcism poked by Leon. Primo is just gonna back off after that. Definitely smart choice, because you could see that the reflection charges suddenly, they disappeared. Plus he started taking a lot of damage from the Exorcism. So he backed off. And now look at this Execration. They are going for the tier 2 already as well. Too bad Liquid Fire still only level 2. But they're getting enough done with this. In the meantime, Yui on the bottom lane has Arcane Boots, has the Ravage ready, 24 last hits, more or less the same as the Clockwork. So although they were there as a tri lane to begin with, they couldn't just leave a lasting impression on the Tidehunter, I guess. So he's gonna be farming up reasonably well now. Spectre can't really do anything against him solo, although he has gone for 2 points into Desolate. So the 35 plus pure damage is definitely something. But Tidehunter should be tanky enough to just take it like a man. Now 3 to 1 is the overall kill score. Looking at the net worths as well, Viper number 1, Temper Assassin just closing in behind, and that's a really fast Midas. One game we saw, I think, of Execration, maybe it was somebody else, but we saw like a 12-minute Midas and it actually paid off in the end. This is a lot faster one. He already got to use it before 8 minutes in, has the bottle, has the boots and the magic wand. So that's some pretty excellent farm on him. Viper though, I mean, I guess Temper Assassin late game with the help of Tidehunter might be enough. And okay, yeah, I'm positive it was Execration versus Insidious Idol that we saw that Temper Assassin, I believe. Okay, so if anybody's experiencing lag, try refreshing and just, that's it. Try refreshing. But now mid lane tower is under attack, double damage on Primo as well. Should be a pretty easy one with the Liquid Fire being there, although it's level 2. It still should be enough for them to go, and 2 points into Ice Path as well. Not a single one into Dual Ref. It's very common to see like 1-1-4 builds on Jakiros, but Ice Path is definitely a good ability to have. Not the hardest of setups on something like a Clockwork, for example, either, who just cogs himself in. And after that, if you like get an Ice Path onto somebody and then the Vengeful comes in to try to swap that hero out, he's gonna be in the Ice Path himself. So he's gonna get stunned up immediately afterwards, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to kill off the Vengeful after he swaps somebody out. But look at this Execration. They're going for more. They're going for a tier 2 already. It's not even 10 minutes in, and G7, they just don't have the team fight. Although a nice hookshot power cogs might just change it all. Never mind. Tower down, Yui gets the last hit. Suddenly up to 1.5k gold. Just so much global gold picked up. Power threads on Tokic stun as well. My god, that is huge. Plus, it just gives them so much momentum to go for the other outer towers as well. I mean, what's going to stop them for going, for example, for tier 1 and then just straight snowballing into tier 2 as well? There ain't much. Shakiro is gonna hit level 5 maybe before that as well. Going back towards the top side of the map at this point. So once he gets this entire creep wave, he's probably gonna hit level 5 from this. So level 3 liquid fire. Not quite level 4, but getting there slowly but surely. Top lane, oh god, Kenji might be in some trouble if he shows his face. Just rocket flares first. He's still hanging about. Not going in too deep, and now never mind. Kimo and Primo, they are going to show themselves on the lane. And Fox, I really would like to see. Oh, he might still catch Kenji. Kenji trying to choop. Psionic Trap to slow him down as well. Ice Path. He's waiting for the Tokics. He's going to arrive. Hookshot into him though. But Silence Tap afterwards. No power cogs. Ice Path to follow. Even the Viper Strike used for this good measure. And this might just mean that this tier 2 tower is forfeit. Because Shakiro from the kill, he got that level 5 as well. Primo even gonna TP to the mid lane to try to defend that. Leo does have the exorcism, but doesn't want to use it randomly. He wants to make sure that he was gonna have the free time to actually go for the tower proper. At this point though, doesn't look like that will really be the case, unfortunately so, but hey, you cannot have it all, you can't have it all. Leo though comes in with a nice crit for more TPs coming as well. Clockwork, he wants to get in on the action. Ice Path waits, so they defend the tier 2, and there's the Horn coming in, the first one of the game, but Kalai, he gets silenced up. He's only level 3 on the Ancient Apparition. What an easy kill. And although Karukwi, he haunted in, he couldn't do anything after that. I mean, he has 2 points into Desolate, 4 into Spectral Dagger, but he used Spectral Dagger, then suddenly out of mana. Dog Kicks, of course, out of mana as well on the Viper, but they can still just keep on pressuring. They don't even need a Tidehunter, and I don't think we've seen a single Ravage in this game so far. And now tier 2, it's gonna go down. More gold. Guys, give me more gold. Need more gold. You'll have to go Ace finished on Leo, so that's definitely good. No face boots yet, but you get some nice movement speed from that anyway, especially with the Witchcraft. Not even maxed out yet, but already at 425 movement speed with just boots of speed. Looking at the graph though, 7,500 net per fleet. We're only 12 minutes in, guys. 12 minutes. XP, about 4,000 as well. So looking good. Unless they start throwing, and this Spectre, for example, what's he gonna accomplish? Same for the Clockwork. They gave him a really just heavy farming role. Spectre still has more though, although he was solo up against the tri-lane for some part of this game. So does it all just justify what they've done? And now Karkwi might even be in some trouble. Doesn't have enough mana for a Spectre Dagger, but TP is in his reach. So he gets the tower down. But looks like Execration, their plan really is to just go for the last towers as well. They even have Macro Fire skilled up for Shakiro. I guess really wants to make the Clockwork's life a living hell. And since Clockwork looks to be going for the Force Staff instead of a Blade Mail, he might not get punished by it. I mean, Shakiro that is. It might not work out just because he can rather Force Staff himself out of the cogs. You can rather easily get yourself out of the cogs anyway, but in some cases, Force Staff might be just the speed that you need to do so. But they keep on going. They are troopers, so the tier 1 taking some heavy harassment. Do they have the glyph? No, they do not. For the tier 2, they will have it, of course. And Execration, do they keep on going with all of them? Do they back off to try to defend their own mid lane? For example, if Karkwi and Linger actually go for it. But oh god, Kenji, he comes in Yui. He's in the sidelines, has the Blink Dagger, has the Ravage. The Rocket Flare trying to slow things down. Primo going to the top lane though. Exorcism was used. Leo now going for the TP out. Exorcism still bringing the building low. Come on, Kalai. He's gonna come in. Oh, denied. Denied. And they know where Kalai is now. They don't have enough mana. Oh, they have the Psionic Trap. Never mind, it costs so little. They have the bottle as well, but they do not keep on going. There's the Horn coming in on the bottom lane. They want to go for dog kicks. Might be an easy kill unless Yui, he pops the Ravage. Catches free there. Beautiful stuff. Kenji gonna burn down in the Macro Fire. Fox, beautifully done. Now, the mech comes out as well. Magnificent fight so far. They lose the Ancient Apparition even. Fox might be in trouble. Leo, one more crit for him, but he gets the Ice Path off before. Dog kicks won't follow up though. They're a little bit too low on health, but they get the kill on Clockwork. They save all of their heroes. They get the Ancient Apparition with Primo and Chemo. That's plenty for them. 7-1 is the kill score. This might be one of the fastest game endings we have seen if it continues like this. I mean, the tier 2 does stand out. Barely took any damage. But is that a real accomplishment for G7? I mean, G7, they definitely have a lineup that can fight. But they're just not finding the items to do so. Death Prophet needs a little bit more to actually make sure he can survive in the middle of the team fight. And have his Exorcism do damage. Level 2 Exorcism definitely wouldn't hurt, and he's not that far away from it. About 3/4 of a level. Arcane Boots picked up on Chemo in the meantime, and they are grouping up on the bottom lane once again. Yes, they don't have the Ravage, but Haunt will also be on cooldown. For a little bit less, admittedly, so. But Haunt just isn't that scary at this point. I mean, Desolate is level 3, so even the Haunt Illusion is doing quite a lot of damage, but the mech almost negates all of that. Whereas G7, do they have a mech? No, they do not. Not even the makings of it. Maybe this Ring of Regen can be turned into a mech, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen. So they're going for a tier 2, and look at G7 on the map. They're not even trying to contest, and with a Clockwork, especially a Clockwork that you're going for like a somewhat of an aggressive tri-lane with, you need him to just have way bigger of an impact. At the moment, he's tied with farm with the Jakiro. Just with the Rocket Flare now pulled out slightly ahead, but where is just... Sky is the limit for Execration, I guess. Roshan next. Liquid Fire level 4. Easy stuff. Gush. No points into Gush though from Yui. So gonna make it a little slower maybe. But then again, they have the Meld. So who needs Gush when you have Meld? They have the Liquid Fire. They have every tool to just take Roshan for themselves. And they are gonna do so with pride. Urn of Shadows heals up the Tidehunter as well. So even tanking Roshan isn't that hard for them. Of course, no more charges on the Urn, but I think they're gonna be just fine when Full Spirit. Nicely angled Wave of Terror so that it wouldn't hit Roshan, wouldn't speed up the process. But this hookshot, it might be just do or die. But Age is picked up before now. He's up against 2 heroes, Mystic Flare on top of his head. It was do or die, and he just died. The Cogs didn't even get massive pushbacks on anybody. Mid lane though, Karkwi tried to go for a push of his own, now forced to TP out instead. This game really looks like it's in the bag for Execration. Of course, there's always room to throw. If you're G7, never underestimate your opponent's ability to throw. But, oh, actually Spectre up to 2.3k gold. If he got his Radiance, things could improve. But, I mean, they need to win a huge fight for him to get that Radiance. Like a huge fight. And Spectre needs to not die there as well. So that's a lot of criteriums that they might not meet. Criterias, I guess. Mixing up Estonian with English here. Criteria, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. English is my second language. Although I don't know Estonian all that well either. But now Kenji goes in again. But there's the Blink Rage. Catches free. It catches all the necessary heroes. Now Leo in some trouble, but he's gonna make it out. Hyper Strike was not used by Dokix. There is the Ice Blast flying. Will connect onto 4. That's huge. Yui drops so damn low. So they might not be able to follow up on Rax properly. Although they have the Aegis. They have the Haste Rune on Primo as well if they really want to keep on going. Refraction charges. Most of them just kind of lost to the Frostbite, but he's trying to go for the building anyway. Leo pops the ultimate Primo. He gets stunned up as well. There's the Haunt. They might just lose their heroes. Do they have the mech ready? No, they do not. And there's Leo though. Oh god, the Mystic Flare. Their Exorcism was the one saving grace, but they just lost that. Mystic Flare too strong. Kenji, oh god, he TPs straight into an Ancient Seal. He goes down. No buyback. That's gonna be melee racks and range racks both, I do believe. And we are only 18 minutes in. Kill score 11-1. G7, they are getting stomped. Another Ice Blast will come, but the mech was used just before. So they're going to be fine. New Scepter on Jakiro just to buy a couple of extra seconds of not getting damaged by the Frostbite. Now Desolator already picked up on Primo as well. Or rather, purchased by him, not picked up yet. Although it's going to be flying out with this courier. So that's going to speed up their pushing potential considerably. But not only that, just imagine Meld maxed out, Desolator against such heroes. I mean, level 6 Ancient Apparition. He's gonna take like 1 Meld hit, and that might already be enough for the kill. You get 200 bonus damage from that, plus all the Miner's armor stacked up against a free armor Ancient Apparition. He's gonna have minus 15 armor on him from just those 2 spells. Or not spells, even just Meld plus the Desolator that is. God damn, this Okay, Ancient Operation might survive the meld, maybe, but after that one more right click will do the trick for sure if the refraction is activated at the time. With the refraction activated, Temper Assassin hits for about 200 damage. Oh, the Ice Buff does not catch Linger, but they might get the kill nonetheless. Misty Flare is there just as a zoning one, but it's enough. Dokix picks up the kill, has his Aghanim set already. Level 10 only, doesn't even have a level 2 ultimate, but who needs levels, man, when you're owning this hard anyway? And they're still ahead by XP quite a lot, just because, well, look at the support. Vengeful, not even level 6 yet, no swap to speak of, just cannot even save his bodies if he wanted to. Craft-wise, about a 17,000, not 1700, 17,000 net worth lead. XP, 8,000, 9,000.